Welcome everybody to Solaris VII, episode 10. My name is Semlin and I have some players.
My name is Zur, playing Arnstein Elden.
I am Hegemon Lur, playing Caleb Archer.
And I'm Eastbourne, playing Marina Huffa.
Alright, so Ran takes the key card from you, Arnstein, and just has a questioning look in her eye. She obviously recognizes what this is. My brother's ID badge?
Yeah. Thought maybe you'd want a memento of something very, very tangible.
She nods. I guess, how did you come to have it?
I found it near the mech after the things had settled down. It must have fallen off when he fell out of the ammo loading bay.
She kind of grips it, and then she walks over and places it into basically on the altar. That's got, you know, the incense and everything going. And then walks back and says, well, you should be safe here for the evening. I don't know of any... Nobody's likely to find you here, unless they are coming looking for me. And nobody's, as far as I know, nobody's come looking for me since the Wasp.
What time of day is it?
It's relatively like mid to late evening, like 8-9 p.m.
Do you have anywhere we can sack out?
She kind of gives a half smile, and says, "Well, I have blankets, and the table folds up, so she's got a kind of a traditional 2-bedroom or two room apartment. She's got a bed. She has in the other room, it's a futon mat laid out on the floor, and then this room, obviously the furniture that's here can be folded up against the wall, and she opens up a closet and has like blankets. She's like, there's not a whole lot of room, but it is what it is if you want to stay here."
Something.
Arnstein will look around for a chair and pull up the same way he did at the motel. Back of the chair into a corner, facing the entryway, sit down, has the gun ready nearby.
There's not really a like so like the table that was one of the ones you kind of sit on the floor. Not really a chair. There are, however, like pillows, I guess you call them, that have like a back to them. So you can definitely do that, but you're gonna, basically you're sitting on the floor. But there's these kind of soft pillow or pillows with a back to them that you could brace up against the wall pretty easily.
Yep, whatever's there. I just do the Overwatch position.
All right.
Caleb will grab a blanket and a couple pillows and find a spot on the floor to close his eyes.
Anybody who makes any like getting comfortable, you guys didn't get a lot of sleep last night. You're out relatively fast unless you want to specifically try to stay awake.
No, I will be sleeping on a futon.
All right.
I'm not trying to stay awake, just vigilant pose.
Right.
Ready for trouble.
So you all like between the stress of everything and feeling relatively safe here, it's morning. You guys smell frying bacon, and that's kind of what twigs your senses to wake up. Ran has a pan in a like on a hot plate, and she's currently frying up bacon. Her kitchen is very small, so there's already just scrambled eggs kind of off to the side, and she kind of gives you all a nod as you're waking up. She's like wearing a fluffy words are hard thingy that you do after taking a shower. Bathrobe. There you go. She's wearing like a fluffy bathrobe. Her tattoo on her left arm is pretty obvious, and anywhere her skin is showing on her chest, you can tell that the left side of her body is completely covered in tattoos. Intricate designs. And she sees y'all waking up and says, well, coffee will be on along in a moment. All I have is the pod style things. I don't have a coffee maker. Well, I guess it is a coffee maker, but it's like a single serving thing. Good morning. I hope you slept well.
Ran, you're a lifesaver. And by that, I really just mean the bacon. That smells awesome.
She dishes out some pieces onto a plate and offers them to you, or offers it to you. She goes, I figured after the excitement of yesterday, you guys would be hungry. Yeah.
Okay, I'm hungry. Gonna grab a plate and bow and thank her.
Mm-hmm. She kind of gives a little half nod, bow, and goes back to cooking.
Arnstein's just going for the coffee.
So the coffee, she has choices of decaf and decaf. And there's like 80 pods. There's different flavors, but it's all decaf.
Just lets out the sigh and goes for the coffee anyway.
All right, yeah, you make yourself a cup of coffee. She goes, so can you let me in on your plan, or do you? She kind of waves like her hand. How much do you want to include me? And
To be honest, I'm at my wit's end.
As I was gonna say, we don't have much of a plan. I've got a meeting set up with a reporter for all the good that'll do us. We've got some juicy info.
Yeah, we're sure some of the stable has been taken in by the police, and they're probably trying to find us as well.
She kind of eyebrows juicy info.
Yeah, Arnstein has a way with tech and managed to find some fairly incontrovertible evidence that the bulls are fronts for the NSI.
Her expression darkens and she goes, "Really? How interesting. Can I see it? Can I have it?"
Arnstein just digs in his coat pocket, finds an SD card, looks at it both sides, and hands it off.
All right, you see her reach you see her phone like sitting out on top of the counter. She takes the SD card and doesn't reach for that. Instead, she reaches into a drawer in her kitchen, pulls out basically a tablet or cell phone, phablet type thing, and slots it in and starts like reading through the information. And just becomes like she stands off to the side, and pretty soon one of you starts noticing the bacon getting a little overdone.
Hey, save the bacon!
But yeah, sure. And she just takes the pan off the burner and sets it off to the side. Okay.
Caleb will go over and see what he can salvage out of the bacon. He's still pretty hungry.
It's not destroyed, but it's definitely that it got darker than most people like it. It's that shatter crispiness.
Arnstein will just go, ooh, yummy. Crunch.
Yeah, so she reads through it and she goes, "You saved my life. You are hunting down those who murdered my brother. That gives you a lot of pull with the people I know. Despite what you might think, I am not a leader of the Yakuza in this city. Or despite what my tattoo may make you think, I'm not a leader of the Yakuza in the city. But I do have some influence. But the bulls are out of our reach. Like they're physically outside of our normal reach. We could help you, but there's a limit to what resources we could. Like, if you wanted to go in guns blazing, I could get you some people probably who would help out, but I can't blow up the building, as it were."
No, I think we've got ways to do that ourselves if we need to.
She nods. From what this is saying, somebody's gonna need to. I don't know that as much as the people who live in this district are under the protection of my extended family. She kind of waves. The bulls in the area they live in are under other extended families' protection. And if they're working with NSI, I don't know. Okay, so if they're working with NSI, that their protection may be reduced. Like if we can prove it, their protection may be reduced. Or rather, if we can get it out publicly. But they're still looking at this. They still have a significant semi-military, paramilitary force. You're gonna, if you want to go in, you're gonna want to go in heavy and fast. Are you gonna want to go in, or do you want to just? I mean, I could probably find somebody to get you off planet, because NSI is not afraid to kill people, and they're gonna be real mad if you release this information.
Well, it's one of those things where the information can get out there without it being attached to anybody.
She raises an eyebrow but nods and says, "You have contacts that I don't have. I tell you what, though, I can get this to people as well. If your methods don't work out, then at the very least, this may give us enough information to purge the local NSI from our area, at the very least."
Sounds good to me. We'll we'll work it from our end, and you work it from yours. And I like the idea of having a back door. I'm not opposed to smashing them, but I think I'd like to loosen their grip a little first,
Sure.
and then we'll see what happens after that. We may need that back door. We may not.
Well, if you guys need a group to help you get into the back door of the Bulls, let me know. I'm assuming, since you believe you're being followed by police, you have what word would you use? Secured alternate than your normal communications.
It's funny. I lost my cell phone a couple days ago.
She nods. She like taps her foot on the floor, and she has a stash of like feature phones, 3 or 4 of them, and she hands them to you and says, I know the numbers that are on this. If you get a phone call from, and she gives you an area code on the phone, then that is from a friend. If it's a call from any other number, I would suggest losing the phone.
Thanks. That's gonna be useful. Have you heard anything about Valkyrie Stable? We've been running around so much we haven't been able to see the news or really check any of our other sources.
So when I went into work yesterday, the police had it all cordoned off. I couldn't get anywhere close. There were a couple of them but it looked like they had a list, like pictures on a data pad. So I came back home. Thankfully I am a nobody in the stable, and they probably will eventually come around to talking to me, but at that point you hear a knock on the door.
I hope that's not them.
Should we head into the other room?
Yeah. She nods.
All right, I'm gonna quick scan, see if there's anything that's obvious, like grab the blankets and pillows and whatnot, and head to the other room quick as we can.
Okay. No problem.
Arnstein follows, just hand on pistol, ready for things to go down.
All right. So you guys get into the bedroom, basically. It's a very small room. Basically, it's just big enough to hold the dresser that has and closet and the futon mat that's laid out on the floor. And you hear the front door open, and could I get a notice plus wisdom roll to see if you guys can actually hear the conversation? 6, 7. Arnstein. So you are able to hear somebody say, she's speaks in Japanese, and response is, yes, I'm Officer Williams, looking for some people in connection to the incident at Valkyrie Stable. See that you're an employee there. Can you please tell me if you have seen, and she lists off names, and you guys are all into that group. So are 3 of the light lance mech warriors, and of the heavy lance, they only list off. So they are looking for Chelsea and Thomas Scarsi, Megumi Nakajima, thank you. You 3 and Ericus Vico. They're also looking for um
Bob.
well, you four, Bob, and the three of you. Also Kyoko. But short conversation, she says, no. Basically, she's speaking back in Japanese, and he is speaking to her in English. But obviously, he is proficient in Japanese, to enough to recognize what she's saying. And after a short conversation, she basically says, "No, I haven't seen any of them. I'll let you know." He hands her a he's like, "Here's my card, here's my number. If you see anybody or hear anybody, we want to make sure they're safe. We're worried that they have been injured, and so on and so forth." She responds with something along the lines of, "Yes, I understand. I will let you know as soon as I see any of them." And then she closes the door with a click. And then comes over to the door into that room that you guys are in. Opens it up and says quietly, "Give them a half an hour. They might be still watching the place, and then you probably should go."
Arnstein just mumbles, "What are the odds?"
She smiles and says, "I would guess 100%.
No. I get they want to question you, but what are the odds they came here right the second you said they might come here?
She laughs. And she, give me a notice roll.
Notice.
Plus
Wisdom,
intelligence. Okay.
Flat 7.
Yep, you don't notice anything. All right.
Well, since we got a little bit to wait, I'm going to go back to that bacon.
You guys clean off whatever food is prepared. She goes to work on washing dishes. Could I get a knowledge plus intelligence roll from everybody, please? Arnstein, you get a +1 on this one. All right, so everybody who isn't Arnstein, so what you know of Yakuza, I guess, culture, history, I guess absorbed through TV shows and movies as well. The tattoos on her arm, like she is obviously part of the Yakuza. The tattoos on her arm and chest would indicate she is a commander or high level person in charge of a city. And she is quietly washing her own dishes in an apartment that's 15 feet by 20 feet if it's anything. And the breakfast was, simple bacon and eggs. Coffee is cheap coffee pods. Very incongruous. But about a half an hour passes. She gives you all a nod and says, there is a car waiting, a blue Mitsubishi out on the street. Should be everything you need. When you're done with it, Caleb, I believe you have a contact who can take care of it.
Yeah, I think we might be able to deal with that.
She nods and says, I do not believe that if you guys do not show up soon, I believe that anybody who works at the stables will be being watched. I would suggest finding other accommodations. As lovely as it is to have you here, I would prefer not to have police SWAT coming into my apartment at 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So much paperwork when that happens.
Yeah, you should talk to I don't remember the gal's name that's handling the insurance claims. All right, we appreciate your hospitality.
She
And,
she
we will see you soon.
grips her bathrobe so it doesn't open up, and then she gives you a bow at the waist, respectfully, and then closes the door behind you as you head out.
Arnstein's looking around, trying to see if anyone's paying attention.
Looking for us.
Caleb will nudge Arnstein and say, "Stop being so obvious. Just start walking."
Caleb, could I get from you a notice plus wisdom, please? There are absolutely people watching you guys. Like several. They look like residents sitting either beating a rug out on their porch, or any number of people who are look like they're performing normal morning activities, but all of them are carrying and all of them have eyes on you.
Yeah, we need to move on. Not too fast. Just keep it normal. We're just walking out to our car.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you guys see a small, like, 4-door sedan Mitsubishi sitting out on the street.
All right, I'll just go over and get in the driver's seat, and as soon as everybody's in, we'll pull out.
All right.
Arnstein calls shotgun.
Anything you guys want to do before heading up to the meeting at Child's?
Want to find somewhere that's not too close to park and walk. I don't want to be necessarily too close to that car. But I don't have anything otherwise to do now.
Park it 5 blocks over.
Yeah, it won't surprise me if the car is marked somehow.
Okay, so yeah, you guys park a few blocks away. Head to the restaurant. Scope the place out. Looks like a restaurant. You guys are meeting up at noon, from what I remember. Meeting up for lunch.
I think so. That sounds right.
Okay.
Point of order: as we're parking and starting to go away from the car, Arnstein will take off his flak jacket or flak vest, put in the trunk, and just stretch and crack several joints, and just say, "Oh, much better," and start walking off.
So actually, Arnstein, I've got a question for you as we're driving around, trying to lose any tails. Do you know of a way that we could scramble any sort of hidden cameras? I don't really want to have my face associated with this story. And I really don't trust this reporter.
Could possibly do a jammer app on my phone, the one that doesn't have a SIM card in it anymore. Like feedback the transmitter or something.
See what you can do. I'd take any help that you can give me.
get me a hack roll, please, Arnstein.
Program intelligence.
Yes.
A 12?
Awesome.
So you are able to find a bunch of like IP security cameras. None of them are pointed at the interior of the restaurant, as far as you can tell. But like front door, so on and so forth type places. And you don't have any trouble like erasing. Like, you have control of them for at least a half an hour. So for a while at least, you can make sure that your guys' visage doesn't appear on film.
Also, I think maybe Caleb was hinting at maybe the reporter
Like a
had some
body
sort of body cam or something.
Well, you haven't met them yet, so you can try to do that once once you've met up with them. They may notice you doing something. Yeah, there'll be a certain level of opposed roll for that, because you don't have a lot of time necessarily. But
I just gave Caleb an option.
all right.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are there, and basically at the meetup time. Go talk, like go up to the maitre d' who's at the thing, and it's like, may I help you, or how can I help you?
Yeah, there should be a reservation for Ganymede.
He looks down and says, "Ah, yes. What would be the proper term? Are your friends are already sat at the table? Please follow me." And this place is it is definitely putting on airs of a like fancy dining establishment. Like have candles on the tables, and that sort of thing, like paper oh shoot, menus,
Do
but
they even have cloth napkins?
yeah, so cloth, like they're definitely putting on airs, but there's just a little bit of like, you can hear the chaos from the kitchen and some other indicators to say that this place is trying very hard to be fancy, and only getting about 80% of the way there. But you are led, the maitre d' leads you over to the table. At the table, you see two people sat down. Caleb, you all recognize Ganymede from their broadcasts on BSBC. They have one of those like long, brittle breadsticks in their hand, and they're like using it to like make a point about something. You're not 100% sure what. And the other person who you recognize, Caleb, is Aubrey Daniel, and she is like making calming motions to Ganymede, not like quite shushing motions, but definitely like calming.
There. Calm down.
Yeah.
You get the
and
point.
Ganymede is looking very
Agitated.
well, and tired. Like, you can see they don't have their broadcast makeup on. You can see like dark rings underneath their eyes. And as you guys approach, you hear a crunch as she takes a bite out of the breadstick, and then they look up at you, and Aubrey stands up. Oh, welcome. Yes, please come sit down. Everybody, this is Ganymede. Ganymede, this is everybody. Ganymede kind of looks you guys over, just rolls their eyes a little bit, and then gets up and offers their hand.
I'll shake her hand and or their hand and say, "It's nice to meet you. I'm thinking I can brighten your day a little bit. You look like you could use it."
You have no idea. If I have to tell one more bull story about how this or that mech warrior unit is doing better than expected, and sorry, I it's been a long morning, but welcome. I hear that you guys have a tale to tell.
We do. There needs to be a little bit of compensation for it because this one's going to make a splash.
Ganymede eyebrows up, and Aubrey kind of goes, yes. Well, if you could perhaps let us see the information so we know what we're buying. And about that point, Ganymede just like barrels through and says, if it's big, we'll pay you thousands. If it's not big, I ain't giving you nothing.
Well, I'm going to be a rich man then. Arnstein, if you'd be so kind as to put the evidence on the table.
He pulls out his own compad with the information swipeable in swipe distance,
right?
And an SD card, and puts on the table. Finger sitting on the SD card.
So Ganymede raises an eyebrow, and Aubrey's like, "Well, if we can't, can we see it?"
Well, tell you what. Let's talk about it first, and then we'll see if we can come to an arrangement.
And Ganymede nods and says, "All right, let me know what you have."
So what's on this little bit of gold here is information that ties the Bull's stable to NSI.
Really? This would explain some things. So the Bulls are being funded by NSI, or is it more than that?
Arnstein clears his throat loudly.
And
I'll look over at him.
I look over at Aubrey. Lose the wire.
she looks like bright crimson red. And says, "Well,"
and delete the recording you already have.
and she kind of makes a like really embarrassed noise, and Ganymede rolls their eyes again, and out from her shirt, Aubrey pulls a mic, and she puts the, like, it's connected to her phone, and she like puts the phone on the table and then shows you she shows you guys her deleting the information. She's like, "Well, I just wanted to make sure that if anything really juicy came up, I didn't miss anything."
That's why you put it on the table when we started, right?
Oh, and
Let's try this again. Our price just went up.
This boss is gonna murder me. And Ganymede's like, I don't care if your boss murders you. What this is extra fun now.
Arnstein just swipes his pad over to the first part of the evidence. Like I would guess he would put the analysis into the bulls being way too spot on as the first.
Okay, so could I get no, I need to make the roll. Never mind. So all of you see her, like, the dark rings go out from underneath her eyes, or sorry, their eyes, and the, like, you can tell that they have a statistics and mathematics background at some point in their history, because they basically see exactly what you're showing to them, and Ganymede looks over at Aubrey and says, I don't care what you pay them. I need this. I don't look. She looks, or they look directly at you. If Aubrey isn't going to give you enough money, tell me how much you need. This is damning.
If you
look?
get that, if Ganymede gets that reaction of the statistics alone, Arnstein just swipes once more, and more evidence of the bulls and the MSI connection pops on his compad.
Yes. Aubrey, how much were you authorized to pay them? And just round-eyed, like, the embarrassed, like, the flush has gone out from Aubrey's face, and now it's like she's gone pale a little bit. She's like, well, if it was decent information, I was gonna give him 500, and if it was amazing information, I was told to offer up to 2,000.
Oh, you could do better than that. This has got to be at least 10.
Ganymede says, you mean 10 times?
Arnstein nods.
And Ganymede looks at Aubrey, who is now wilting, and says, we will get you your money. I don't have cash on me. Do you have... Aubrey, be a dear. Go get the people their payment. And Aubrey looks up and goes, 5,000? Could I get a...
Arnstein's gonna pipe up with, try the other end of the scale.
Could I get a charisma plus...
It's a trade.
Yeah. Give me charisma plus... Hold on, I just need to open up a...
Only Arnstein, or
No. Whoever is best at it.
-1?
Charisma plus trade would be actually really good.
Mine would come out to a 0 on that.
Mine's a -1, but I got a reroll I can use.
All right, go for it.
Do I roll?
It's
I roll. I can take the better one.
It's up to you.
9.
A solid
9.
9.
Aubrey's like, well, I mean, 15. 15?
Arnstein just looks over at Caleb before he gives a slight nod.
That'll do.
Okay, I'll be cash, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and soon, because this data's exclusivity has a short lifespan.
And they pale. Aubrey pales some more and heads like out. And Ganymede just looks pleased and and says, "Can I look through the data now?"
Arnstein will motion towards the pad.
And
to your heart's content.
And they pick it up and start like scrolling through it, and you can see that they are forming a story in their head, like how to present this information to the audience that watches them. I'm gonna win a whatever the equivalent of a Pulitzer is. Probably still called a Pulitzer, actually, given the setting.
Arnstein's index finger has never left the SD card on the table.
Ganymede looks at it and says, so that is my copy, as it were?
Yeah.
And they nod. All right. Well, when Aubrey gets back and pays you your goods, and about this time the maitre d' walks up and says, is everybody ready to order?
Yeah,
Arnstein,
Arnstein, why don't you order for me? I'm gonna take a stroll, and I'm gonna see if I can see where Aubrey went and sort of get I'm getting twitchy. I want to see if there's anybody coming in that shouldn't be.
Okay.
Arnstein will order 2 honking great steaks.
So yeah, they have steak frite here, which is they give a lot of fancy talk about, the sauce and everything, but it's steak frite, which is cafe food at best in France. But they're just like the best thing ever is per what this guy's talking. And can I pair it with a bottle of very fancy sounding French wine? This is shipped directly from Terra.
Bring the steaks, leave the wine.
All right. All right, you guys order your food. Ganymede orders basically dessert. Not a main meal, but just like a light pastry sort of thing. Caleb, give me a stealth roll, please.
Stealth. Which one's that? Sneak.
Sneak plus dex. Yep. All right. So you sneak. You head out. You follow Aubrey over to a like small bank that's in the area, relatively easy walking distance, and you are able to position yourself in such a way that you hear her talking on a phone to somebody. It's like, yes, the data is good. Yes, it's worth that much. I just need you to authorize the... Look, Ganymede said that she'd... Yes, I know they will. They have a bunch of... Okay, well, just authorize... Look, take 5,000 from Ganymede and then 10,000... Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I know it's my job. Yes, I know. I know I'm supposed to... Look, just give me the money. It'll be worthwhile. All right. Well, And they get out a slip of paper and write down like a series of numbers on it. Uh-huh. Okay. And then like they deep sigh, breath in, like steady themselves and head up to the counter. You're probably unable to catch that conversation because it's specifically designed to not let bank information get shared out. But it's not very much longer, and Aubrey has just stacks of bills coming at them.
I'll be doggone. I didn't think she'd actually do it. I figured she'd get intercepted. So I'm gonna do my best to mirror her back, sort of provide a silent escort, as it were.
Okay. So you both head out of the bank. There are definitely less than savory people watching you guys leave the bank, but 15,000 C-bills. It's not like she's walking out with a bag that has a dollar sign on the side of it. So she's like, that's 3 stacks of 100 C-bill. Yeah, she can put that into a purse basically relatively easily. And yeah, she walks back into Child's. About the time you're arriving back at the table, the food has arrived. The steaks smell wonderful. They got that, compound butter melting over top of them. The pastry that Ganymede has is light and airy. And they go, so did you get him to give you the money? And sheepishly, Aubrey like opens her purse and shows you guys the C-bills.
I'll wander back up and say, man, the restrooms of this place sure don't match the fancy in the front. And sit down and say, what do you got there?
Arnstein shoves a plate of steak over towards Caleb. Food. Eat.
That's living.
Can I get a quick glance over the money and estimate if that would be about right?
Yeah, looking at it, it looks like it's about right.
Seems good.
Well, if Morena's satisfied, I'm satisfied. Let's do this deal.
So little bit of negotiating how you don't make it obvious that you're trading large wads of cash back and forth. Morena, you get handed the money, and Arnstein, you give up the SD card, I'm assuming?
Arnstein releases the finger and the SD cards and grabs the compad.
Ganymede says, I need a day. I need this to not get out for 24 hours so that I can put it onto my show. Otherwise, well, I know all of you, and we can have a nice long lawsuit over theft of service.
I think we can make a day work.
They nod.
That's right.
And finish off their pastry and their cup of whatever they were drinking. And say, all right, Aubrey, let's get to work. Aubrey gets up, heads out as well. They never got any food. You guys, your food is a strong middle good. It's like not family restaurant, but it's not fancy restaurant.
It's one of the most important things right now. Food, dinner, because we haven't had dinner in 2 days.
And yeah, not much happens. However long you want to stay at the restaurant. Places like, lunch rush. Place fills up about 3/4 full. You guys had your meeting probably at the end of lunch rush. By 1 o'clock, it's like winding down.
Can we use one of the phones that Rand gave us to send her a message?
Yes.
I'm gonna just send her a message says 1 day, and assume that she'll understand what that means.
Yeah, you guys told her what you were going to be doing, right? I think you did.
Yeah.
Okay. You get back a smiley face emote. The phones have exactly one phone number in them, like in the contacts. So you get a smiley face response.
All right, looks like we're good. Well, I don't know that I'll come back here, but wasn't bad. Let's keep moving.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you guys leave the restaurant, could I get everybody give me a notice plus wisdom, please? Morena, you guys, how long did you let Aubrey and Ganymede go before you guys headed out?
We finished our food, so I guess quite a bit.
Okay. You notice a like bunch of guys and a gal off to a side street, and they got their heads together and they're talking about something. You're not sure what, but it strikes you as odd. Arnstein and Caleb, you guys don't notice anything.
I'll just try and keep them in keep them on the corner of my eye and don't try and take their attention. Just try and guide the others the other way.
Okay.
See if they follow us.
With an 8. Let me pop open a character sheet again. Give me a notice plus intelligence roll, please, Marina.
Notice plus intelligence?
Yes. Oh, that just didn't work. Okay. You see on one of, as you guys are like working your way out, you guys see you see on one of their phones a picture from like the side of Aubrey.
Oh. Well, apparently they're part of Aubrey's crew or something. Or they're following her.
Caleb, since you snuck after them, you recognize one of the people who started noticing, like when Morena says that, you notice one of the people is in this group that basically noticed Aubrey leaving the bank.
Crud. I don't know that they're going to make it back to the studio. Let's meander back around and see if we can get a tail on these guys. I can follow them. We're probably going to need the car. Do one of you guys want to run get the car? Or I can do it. Doesn't matter.
Are they near a car? Or are they just...
They do have a vehicle like in the alleyway behind where they are. And about this point, they're like finishing up whatever they're talking about, and they start walking into the alleyway.
Time's up.
Arnstein takes off towards the car.
Yep. Caleb too.
Okay.
Well, I should specify toward the alleyway where their car is.
Right. Okay. Arnstein, you going towards your car or the alleyway?
Arnstein heading for the Impreza SDI.
The what?
The Subaru.
It was a Mitsubishi.
Mitsubishi.
Okay, the Lancer Evo then.
I don't know cars. All right. So you're heading towards your car. Caleb is heading towards the alleyway. Marina, what you up to?
I'll head towards the car and try and get in the back seat instead of the front seat.
Okay. Please work. Okay. So we are going to need initiative. Where is... There he is. So pop open. Let's clear the list. Oh, well. Go ahead and re-roll and add yourself, Marina, because I cleared it after you had rolled.
Where's the initiative?
Because you had an 8, I believe, the first time you rolled it.
Mine should be an 8
Did I?
because that was the better
No.
of my 2 rolls.
That was my notice int.
Oh, that was your notice int? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. So yeah, go ahead and redo yourself, Caleb.
Just click the number in the turn order and you can edit it.
Yeah, I did so it doesn't maybe look like it took.
I can here.
Oh,
Let me,
there it goes.
There it goes. All right. So now we're numerically descending. That is the correct order. All right. So Caleb, you are going first. You are at the mouth of the alley as they are approaching the car. You could, I believe you're allowed to move and then attack.
How many of them are there?
There are 4 of them. What page is fighting on?
That's a good question.
Common actions in combat. Combat. So you get 1 main action, 1 move action. And okay, so yeah, you get a move and a attack if you want it. So the front, basically the ones who are closer to you are within melee range if you were to move up to them and then do whatever you're going to do. Otherwise, it's within an easy like pistol shot range as well. As basically you're in the mouth of the alley, they're in there a little ways.
Sure. In for a dime, in for a dollar. I'm going to actually grab out my pistol and take a shot at the guy that had the picture, the one that I recognized from the trail.
Okay. Roll a 2 hit number, please. I'm going to. Okay, that's how many HP they have. That will hit, and so you like bang rings out. Everybody hears that, and the guy just drops, like sack of wet cement, all of its strings cut down on the ground. You have movement left if you want to use it.
If I'm at the mouth of the alley, I'm gonna pull back so that I'm around the corner.
Okay, that is absolutely possible.
Yep, and peek around, not at head level, so that I can see if they're running or fighting.
Okay, their turn. They look over. They know where the shot came from because bang. They pull out their weapons and shoot back at the mouth of the alley. We're gonna give you a cover bonus to your AC. Probably a +1 or +2. We'll go with +2. So,
All right.
19, a 12. So three pistol shots ring out. 19, 12, and 10.
The 19's going to hit.
So 6 damage from that.
Ow!
Yeah, you catch it. I'm assuming you're wearing some sort of armor.
Yeah, I've got a armor jacket, flak vest.
Flak vest. So you catch it in one of the trauma plates. So nice bruise, but no like permanent, lasting damage. All right, Arnstein. You're disengage from an opponent, fighting withdrawal. I would say if you do nothing else, you can sprint back to your car and well, no, you guys said you parked it several blocks away.
How far were we walking before we noticed them?
You left the restaurant and walked maybe a block. So it's like 4 blocks from here to get to your vehicle. Each block is probably 100 meters long, 300. Call it 400 meters.
Give or take around a block in full sprint.
Yeah, so about 3 rounds. Yeah, we'll say it's 3 rounds to get from where you're at to the car. Full sprint. Still going forward, or are you gonna help out Caleb with the? Oh, by the way, the person who was in the front, Caleb, after they shot at you, they're not the one who hit you, but they hop in through the passenger side and start scrambling over to the seat to get in the driver's seat.
Arnstein's just gonna skid to a halt and take off towards the alleyway.
Okay.
Drawing his pistol as he's running.
Okay, you can easily get back to the alleyway and peek around and take a shot if you want to. Uh, 10 will not hit anybody. So your bullet like ricochets off of probably one of the walls of the alley and goes off into the distance. Morena, you're up.
Can I do the same?
Absolutely. I'm gonna imagine that Morena and Arnstein are on one side of the alley and Caleb is on the other. 20 will hit and 10 damage. Who are you shooting at?
Probably someone that I can see with a gun drawn.
Okay, so there are 2 people standing up next to the car and 1 person scrambling into the passenger side.
Yeah, I'll hit the guy just standing next to the driver's seat.
Okay.
If there's one there.
Yeah, so yep, you drop that person. It was the gal, and just like with a 20 to hit, like forehead, you see the jerk back, and then they fall on the ground, absolutely dead. All right, Caleb.
I'm going to take a shot at the guy in the car.
Okay,
like through the window.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them an AC bonus and a basically damage reduction. But you can absolutely do that. Go ahead and give me your 2 hit.
Ooh.
A 9. So you skip a round off the hood of the vehicle. Doesn't do anything other than mark up some
I do
paint.
have a reroll.
Okay, well, go for it if you want to.
Let's see how it works. I'm actually reading it through.
Sure.
I can either choose to negate a successful attack or turn a miss into a successful hit.
Oh, you can just say you hit?
So it just hits.
Okay. 4 damage isn't going to be enough to drop him, but you wing him. So there is so then the bullet skipped off the hood of the vehicle through the windshield, putting a nice layer of or a hole through the windshield, like catches the person's probably arm or similar, gives them a good fright, and then travels into the back seat and doing no other real damage.
All right, then for my move, I'm gonna basically crouch run toward the car.
Okay. You can get, if you're trying to not be like a big target, you can get about halfway there. If you're just up and running, you can get basically to the front bumper.
I'm gonna get to the front bumper.
Okay, so you get to the front bumper. Their turn. Person at the back who's just watched a couple of their friends go down. I need to make morale rolls.
That's a thing.
Yes. They are good for morale. What about the other person? They are also good for morale. All right. So both of them look like they've managed to keep everything inside where it should be. Person in the back draws down on you, Caleb, and fires their pistol at you. It is a 4 to hit you.
That's a wild shot.
So nothing, but they do dive into the back of the car, like open door, fling themselves in, closed door, and they're yelling, "Go, go, go!" The other person is going to floor it forward. So I'm gonna need a save from you to not get run over, Caleb.
Physical?
Yes. Okay, so the thump. I'm gonna say that's gonna do probably 2d6 of damage as you get plowed over 8 points.
Ouch.
So you guys, Marina and Arnstein, you see Caleb like get up to the bumper of the car. The car slams forward, and you hear thump thump as both sets of wheels go over Caleb, and then the car is racing out towards the alleyway, taking a hard turn and going up the street. Arnstein, still in pistol range, pretty easy.
Taking a shot at the driver.
Okay. Again, they get an AC bonus and a basically damage reduction. Go for it.
10 to hit.
Nice. You ping into the trunk. Anything else?
Are they going in the direction of our car or the other way?
Give me a... Okay, evens, they're going in the direction of your car. Odds, they're going the other way. It is even. So they are going in the direction of your vehicle.
I'm gonna start taking off towards the Mitsubishi.
Okay, so you can get about 1/2 of 1 round. Call it your 3.5 rounds from your car. Marina.
Can I take a shot as well?
Absolutely.
23 to hit.
And 6 damage. They already took a couple. Okay, that's you expertly place a bullet through the back window, shattering it. And the driver slumps forward without much of his face as the bullet exits the front of his head. And like leans on the steering column. Foot hits. He was already flooring it, so foot hits the gas, and it's gonna go out of control.
Can Can I take a look at where Caleb is, if he's okay?
Caleb's on the ground. He looks run over.
Does he look conscious?
Oh yeah, I'm still conscious, I would think.
Just groaning from the gunshot wound and the 2 tires passing over him.
Yeah.
I
If
twisted
that's
an
all,
ankle.
I'm gonna focus on the car for now.
Okay. Caleb, you're up.
I'm thinking at this point I'm just going to spend most of my round getting up and getting to the mouth of the alley.
Okay, absolutely. Marina and Arnst. So Marina would see Arnstein's booking it towards their car or you guys' car. Good set of tire tracks right across the Caleb's hips. But no broken bones or anything. Just looks real sore.
What kind of car is this? How light is this?
It's like a
I think
Honda.
like a smart car.
Yeah, it's like a Honda Civic.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense then.
It's not heavy. Also, Caleb
Half a
is
ton.
exceptionally tough.
Right.
At this point, you guys can take a normal vehicle running you over. All right. Their turn. So we get to do another morale roll. Modifier. I think it's plus. That was plus. Is it +3 or -3? No, that was backwards. No, it was right. Okay. +3 is correct. Still, manages to keep their head. They make a physical save. Do not succeed at getting the door open before the car crashes into a building a little further up the street. So they're thrown forward and take... yeah, okay. They're bruised up. They're crawling out of the vehicle. Like, obviously bruised as they crawl their way out of the back of this car. Arnstein.
And the guy crawling out of the seat has got a frustrated space Viking bearing down on him.
Okay. It's probably outside of melee range unless you want to use all of your turn to get to melee range.
I'm booking it. If I couldn't get the car, catch up to their car, I was gonna get our car, but their car crashed, so I'm gonna catch up to it.
Okay, so you can absolutely catch up to their car. Uses basically all of your turn.
I'm fine with that.
'Kay.
There's an angry, frustrated space Viking standing over him.
So they turned right out of the alley. Morena, you saw the door open on the far side of the car after the accident, but you can't see the person who got out from where you're at.
Okay. Can I at least start moving up as fast as I can?
Yeah, so you can close. If you spend all of your movement this turn, you can close within a movement of the car. Basically, you could move and act next turn
Yes, please.
at the car. Okay. Caleb.
I'm assuming I have the same view as Marina.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to start, spend my whole round stumbling toward the car.
Okay. So Arnstein, you run up to the vehicle. They're like the person crawled out of the back. They're looking bruised. They did manage to. They've done all the morale rolls and they failed. I need to make a physical save to see if they actually held on to their gun. They did. So they roll on the ground and like two-handed shoot up at you. Does a 5 hit?
Nope.
So bullets go off into the air. And it is now your turn. They're laying on their back, basically, to double, like a normal pistol grip, shooting at you.
I want to see if I can do something.
Okay.
Disarm.
Give me a punch roll, please. So 2d6 plus punch, or plus 2d6 plus punch plus strength. They're going to oppose that with their skill, which is going to be 2d6 plus 1. All right. They keep a hold of their gun.
Well, slippery grip.
Yeah.
Still gonna level the gun at him.
Okay.
I can't actually. I don't think I can actually attack him, but I'm gonna level it at him and just
Nope.
hint that he might want to consider giving up.
Morena, you're up.
Do I see anyone yet, or not yet?
Simple move action, you can get up to basically where Arnstein is, and then you can see what's going on there.
Let's do that.
All right, so you come up behind the car. You can see Arnstein struggling to try to get having struggled to try to get the gun out of this guy's hand. He is got a good grip on it.
There's no one else, right?
No one else, no.
Okay, can I help him get the gun out of his hand?
Would be, again, punch plus strength.
7.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
Caleb.
All right. I'm assuming I can do similar. I can get up to there.
Yep.
Let's see. What do I want to do? Do I want to try and disarm him? Sure. We'll give it the same try.
All right. Punch plus strength.
Dag nabbit.
Well, just do that. Yes. Okay. Again, no. No joy. So it's their turn. All right. So there's 3 of you, all fighting to get this guy's gun out of his hand. He's gonna just give Morena a shove as she is the smallest of the 3 of you. Like, Morena, you find a pistol in your hand as this person shoves you, and then they are trying to just get away. They're beating feet. Anybody gonna try to stop them?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody who's gonna try to stop them, give me a 2d6 plus. Yeah, we'll go with punch again.
Can I? Because I still got pushed.
Yes. That was more, descriptive than anything. I got a 7.
Yes. Same.
You got a 3. Caleb got a. Well, no, you got a 7. Never mind.
Yeah. Same.
I got an 8. So they're able to duck away from you, basically disengage from you all. And they are ducking and weaving and just trying to get away. Arnstein.
And the frustrated, slightly more angry Space Viking is giving chase.
Okay. You can do that. You just gotta try to tackle him, or what are you gonna try to do?
Yeah. Full on just get a running start and try to dive through into his legs or something.
All right. Give me your punch roll.
Someday that's gonna hit.
So you dive, and the person expertly like jukes, and you miss. Marina, you're up. You have an extra gun in your hands.
Can I stow it away at least?
You could, yeah.
And then run to the other side of him if that's possible at all? Still?
Just if you're going to
Up
do
to him?
anything else, you could get
Yeah.
past him, yeah.
Up to him. There you go. Yeah, I'll get there then.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. All right. Caleb?
I'm too beat up to run after him, so I'm just going to pull my pistol out and try and shoot him in the back.
Okay. Go for it. That will hit and down. So, nice center of mass hit between the shoulder blades. Guy goes face first into the ground. And, well, we're out of initiative at the moment, at least.
So, all four actually dead.
They're very dead. Arnstein, would you mind going to get the car? I don't really feel like walking.
Get some phones and stuff so we can try and track them. Arnstein says that as he walks off, going for our car.
I'll see what I can find on the driver.
Driver has a cell phone. It is locked. Could I get Morena and Caleb? Could I get a notice plus wisdom roll, please? Caleb, there were 10 shots rang out. There's a whole lot of attention being paid here right now.
Makes sense.
And you see some people like going into a building, but not like panicked diving for cover going into a building.
Like they were just watching it and gonna report type of movement?
Like maybe they're going inside to get a gun type movement.
Ah, gotcha. I'll haul over at Morena. We need to get somewhere a little less exposed. And is the alleyway still probably the closest?
There's alleys. Like you're up about 2 blocks from the alley that this car came out of. But there's an alleyway there too.
All right, I'm gonna duck into an alleyway and at least get a block away.
Okay.
I'll do the same.
Okay. Arnstein, you're just beating feet?
Yeah. I was thinking maybe requesting an exert roll to see if I can shorten the time by like full on.
Go for it.
Empty the reserves, sprinting for the car.
Go for it. Give me exert plus strength. I'll give
try
you.
again.
You want to? Okay. So with a 7, I'll give you a choice. You can either not really speed up how fast you get there, or you can get there and basically be exhausted, and you're going to have a -1 modifier to anything you try to do until the end of the scene. So you can either get there fast and have a -1, or you can basically not get there faster than you would have otherwise.
I see this as Arnstein trying the desperate sprint and just figuring out like 15 meters down, like, nope, ship's not that good. I'm just gonna take the regular speed.
All right. give me, or sorry, Marina and Caleb, give me another notice roll, please.
Plus wisdom?
Yes. Caleb, you see at least three people, who are coming out with guns. They have like these long guns. You're in semi cover from them. I would say soft cover from them. But they're definitely there.
Well, we gotta move. I'm gonna shout to Marina and then basically take off at best speed, a block over, but in the direction of our car.
Okay.
I'll follow him.
All right. Can somebody tell me what page assault rifle's on? We're gonna go equipment and vehicles. There we go. Haha. Armor. There we go. Combat rifle. Oh shoot. Range. 100, 300. All right. Yes, it has. Number of attacks 1. All right. Arnstein, you're gonna get to the car this round. Morena and Caleb, you are gonna be able to be shot at by these people bringing out these guns. I'm gonna put one's gonna go wide, just flat out. I'm gonna shoot. Each of you will get one shot at you. So at Morena, they are doing burst fire, no modifier, 21 to hit.
Yes, AC 14s.
9 damage.
Ouch.
So I'm assuming that's not enough to take you down.
No.
So you get good several, like you get catch a couple bullets into the trauma plates in your back of your armor. And Caleb, one shot coming at you. 4 to hit.
That'll be a miss.
Okay, so you see bullets skipping along the ground next to you. All right, so we'll go back into turn order, starting at the. We'll start at Arnstein. So Arnstein, you are at the vehicle, and you hear, like 3-round bursts going off.
Get in, start up, call on the radio that we have one each of. Where are you? I'm coming to get you.
Okay. Pretty easy. You guys can relay where you're at pretty easily.
Just gonna head to where they say they are or are going to be.
So
Wherever that is.
Yep, you could get to easy. Basically, pull up to. They can run up to get into the vehicle this round. Like, pull around. Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
Okay. Morena. Actually, no, I need a drive from you, please, Arnstein.
Pilot, intelligence, dexterity, constitution, strength, wisdom, charisma.
Pilot plus dexterity. 9? Yeah, good enough. You can get to where you think they can. Your friends can easily get into the vehicle. Marina.
I'm gonna get to the vehicle.
Yep, you can get in, and if you want to take a pot shot at one of these people shooting at you, you can.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Take your pot shot.
26 to hit.
So
Wow.
forehead, probably the furthest back one, but the one who shot you, gets a bullet in the forehead and just dead. Oh my goodness. Nobody give you a
Roll for him
sniper
being
rifle,
dead,
because
too.
dear lord.
No
I mean,
kid.
this was a 19 on the dice, so.
All right. Caleb, you're up. Same deal. You can get in the
Ditto.
car and shoot if you want to.
Yep. Ditto.
Okay. That will drop another person. So you do kind of the same, only you catch the guy probably in center mass. So you catch another one of the shooters center mass. He drops. There's one of them left shooting, who is gonna shoot basically at Arnstein through the glass. You will get cover and damage reduction for this to hit. Will probably skip some bullets off the car, but you are undamaged.
Only one thing to do when it's my turn.
Your turn.
Right foot gets very heavy.
So you go screaming down the street. Honestly, Morena, Caleb, you guys have passing shots as the car is speeding up and screaming by. I'll give you a 2 hit at a -2 since you're in a moving vehicle. But to kill this last guy who's been shooting at you.
I get a shot.
Yeah, go for it. 13, that had the -2.
Ah, there you go.
Yep, that was with the -2.
Oh,
So-
minus 10.
So, Marina, for some first time ever in your life, miss, but makes the guy flinch into a position where Caleb takes him out.
Yay.
So another nice center mass shot. Guy drops. And you guys are down the street, around the corner, and where are you headed? Like, ears are ringing from all of the gunfire and unprotected, like you guys didn't have earplugs in.
Yeah.
Arnstein just focusing on moving the vehicle, not talking, and just glances up in the mirror to kind of indicate what now.
Aspirin.
Go.
Any aspirin.
Okay, you guys drive for a little bit. You don't believe you're being followed. Actually, give me a drive plus intelligence, Arnstein. Pilot plus intelligence, yes.
A 7.
You guys drive for a little bit. Don't think you're being followed. Caleb's got some nice bruises growing. Like after a little bit, you hear sirens headed probably toward where you guys were, but nothing following you. This car is really, really generic.
Yeah, and when we get like 8 blocks away, I'm slowing down to normal speeds, not
Right.
peeling off trying to get away as fast as possible.
All right. Yeah, you guys, it's, 2:00 in the afternoon. You're driving around the city. Only slightly shot.
Slightly.
It's pretty easy to find like a 7-Eleven type place and get
Aspirin.
Yeah.
Aspirin. Give me any painkillers.
At said 7-Eleven, Arnstein just hunches over the steering wheel, sighs heavily, and says, "This was not what I wanted from Solaris."
Well, what did you want?
The head on the outside of the stable building located on top of a mech of my own.
I'll tell you what I wanted. I wanted more pay for less danger. This is not. I mean, that story paid not too bad, but that's not. That's not
Yeah.
worth it.
It's been crazy.
Tell you what, I have half a mind to grab the first shuttle off of her, just starting off on my own.
What? And like, leave us?
Or bring you with me?
You know, that's not a bad thought. It's. I don't see how we're going to be able to show our faces around here. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm guessing there were cameras in that conflagration we just left. Unless you think you can work more wizardry. I mean, you've done some amazing things, but I mean, how long can you keep that up?
Yeah.
Yes, at some point they're gonna be wise to some hacking wizard out there and just ramping up their firewalls. Tell you what, we'll find a hotel, like half decent one, because I want a real night's rest,
Okay.
Yeah.
and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
That works for me. I definitely need somewhere that's less vertical.
Okay.
Seems like a plan.
You guys drive around for a little bit, find a decent like some number of stars hotel. It actually has a front desk and a person working behind it, and no problem taking cash for rooms. It's probably 100 sea bills a night per room.
You want 1 or 2 or 4 or 3 or...
You know, I don't think they're onto us yet. Why don't we just splurge a little bit? We've got a bit of cash. I'd get 4 rooms and call it good.
Seems like a good idea.
4 rooms.
Okay. So you guys each get a room. Tend to your bruising. Plenty. It's painful, but it's not like broken ribs painful. And we will what do you guys do? So the night passes, no problem. What are you guys gonna do the next morning? So the next morning,
well, before we get to that, could I have help, like a heal check on my, like, have Marina look me over and get some of these hit points restored?
Yes. Give me a heal roll.
A 12.
You get basically a night's rest. I'll say a night's rest worth of hit points restored, in addition to your coming night's rest of hit points restored.
Okay, that's
How much
awesome.
was it again?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look up.
I believe it's 2 hit points per night.
It's some number per level, isn't it?
I'm not entirely sure anymore.
I'm trying to look up healing.
It's like recovery, I think.
Regain hit points, recover hit.
Sorry, Xerner, what did you say?
Try regain or recover hit points, not heal.
I guess I don't have a PDF open. Healing, page 53.
Creatures that have suffered damage but have not been mortally injured regain hit points equal to their hit dice or character level after each night of good rest.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So I got only 5. Hedge gets 10.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah. I think Zerder has a good idea, so we will go ahead and call it there. We'll have first thing that'll happen tomorrow morning is Ganymede's story on what you guys gave them, and the repercussions of that. So we will go ahead and call it there for the day. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll be back again for D&D in 2 weeks. I hope to see you then. Thanks everybody for watching. Bye.